he's the key man for the England in the middle of part. I think he's a really important player for the England, and then he has the potential to be the best in the world.
So here we are on the day of a World Cup last 16 game against Brazil. How are you feeling about South Korea's chances of pulling off what would probably be one of the biggest ever upsets in the history of the competition?
Yeah, I'm so excited tonight. So we face the best team in the world, and then it's Brazil. Their history in the world was great. So, but as you can see, this World Cup has lots of surprises happening, and then some shock, and then yeah, actually we made one of them in the group stage against Portugal. So yeah, but you know, everyone is excited about this, and probably most of people gonna be, you know, assume that the Brazil gonna win this game. But you know, in the football anything can happen. So South Korean believe ourselves, and then hope to beat Brazil and then make another great show in the World Cup.
It's been a relatively quiet tournament so far for Son Heung-min. Obviously he came to the fore with a wonderful assist to take you into the last 16. Could this be the game where he really shines and prove that he deserves to be considered a world superstar?
Yeah, I think so. You know, unfortunately he got the injury just before the World Cup, and then he was a doubt about to the participate this World Cup. But anyway, he made it, and then he's very very important player for our team. And then, but when we need him, he showed something like last Portugal assist. So we need him, and then he will show again in against Brazil tonight. So hopefully he can be much better performance tonight.
Have you been in and around the team? Have you shared your experiences of 2002 and that wonderful run that you had?
Yeah, it was great time, but it's different these days because it's not our country. It's away from our home, and then the players has experience in Europe as well. Some players like Son, Kim, or Hwang Hee-chan as well. So these kind of have succeed in Europe. That brings us the great confidence for the whole across the teammate. So that's why we've been has a great performance against the big teams.
Looking at even further ahead, we've got Argentina obviously into the quarterfinals. Portugal will hope to join them. Lionel Messi played his 1,000th game, scored. Obviously Cristiano Ronaldo, the first player to score at 5 World Cups. He's your former teammate. Which of those two players do you think deserves the title of the greatest of all time? Is it Ronaldo or is it Messi? And tell us why.
Well, it's gonna be very difficult. Both have a different character and different style of. Yeah, they play the same generation, so that's why people like compare to which one is better. But you always they argue someone's side. So yeah, but particularly these two has leading the football in the last decade. So yeah, I'm really happy to see them to be perform. So yeah, and then through this World Cup, they made another history in their life, in their career, and then in their team as well. So I'm just want to see them to how they play, and then I don't want to compare with those two. Just enjoying them watching both players.
Yeah. Obviously, you spent a lot of your career in England, so I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on how they've been playing at this World Cup as well. Massive quarter-final against France. Do you expect them to win that? And if they do, could they then win the World Cup for the first time since 1966?
Probably the fans' expectation is so high in England because they've been doing very well under the Southgate through the last World Cup and Euro as well. So probably this World Cup gonna be the time to win the trophy. But as a World Tour, it's not easy. And then England is not. They faced some teams to kind of attack them so far. They quite in the qualification is quite easy, and the group stage also is not difficult to struggle to get through. So probably the quarterfinal face against France is a really big time to face the real team to compete. So let's see how they're gonna deal with that. Like France has a great players like Mbappe, Griezmann, and Dembele. If they deal with that players, it's a really big chance for them to win the World Cup.
You were at Manchester United when a teenager called Wayne Rooney burst onto the scene. We've got a teenage star in Jude Bellingham. How would you compare those two players? Does Bellingham have the capability to go on and become a superstar like Rooney was?
Yeah, I think so. I agree that. He's a young ages, but he's been brilliant in Dortmund, and also through this World Cup. He's the key man for the England in the middle part. I think he's a really important player for the England, and then he has a potential to be the best in the world.
And finally, just tell us what your role is here in Qatar, and what you're representing today.
Yeah, I've been here beginning of the World Cup, and then also I just came here to support the Hyundai's goal of the century campaign, which is the people raise the awareness, and then bring them together for a united goal for sustainability in the future. And then also I work for the TV, Korean TV, SBS, as a commentator. And then South Korea is doing very well. So I'm really, really happy and I enjoy it in the World Cup.